Hi, I'm Darrell Waltrip. You know, sometimes the weight of struggles in our life can feel overwhelming. Difficult circumstances ranging from divorce, alcohol abuse, or the death of a loved one can leave you feeling lost and confused. The following story is about a friend of mine, Jim Daly, President and CEO of Focus on the Family. Jim encountered all of these trials, including being abandoned and orphaned as a child. During his difficulties, Jim felt crushed by his situation, asking God, "Are you there? Can it get any worse?" God was there for Jim, and He used him in powerful and amazing ways. Through these challenges, Jim and Focus on the Family have started an initiative that benefits children, specifically orphans. I encourage you to watch this short story of Jim Daly and consider how you can get involved in helping children have a place they can call home.
Well, this is Bixby Elementary School in Long Beach, California. And this place brings back a lot of memories, both good and bad. My mom and dad had 5 kids. I have 2 older brothers and 2 older sisters. And my mom and dad had divorced. And that had a lot of pain for me. When I was 8 years old, my mom remarried a man that really loved her, but didn't really like the kids all that much. His name was Hank. I nicknamed him Hank the Tank. He spent 20 years in the military, and this new family of his was going to be run with the military precision of a barracks. And I can remember he'd make me hang up my jacket 500 times if I left it on my bedroom floor. And then all of a sudden my mom just couldn't come out of the bedroom. Something was wrong. She was sick. None of us knew what was happening. And about 6 weeks later, my brother, Mike, began to call each of his kids into the bedroom one at a time. I went into that room, I was thinking, what in the world is in there? And Mike sat on the bed and had me sit up on his lap, and he said, "Jimmy, I got some bad news. Mom is dead." I remember I clawed his forearm so hard I drew blood with my nails, and he just let me squeeze him. And that was the day everything changed. The funeral happened, and Hank was so emotionally distraught he couldn't even go to the funeral. And when we got home that afternoon, he had sold all the furniture. He came out of the bedroom and had his bags packed and just said, "I can't take the pressure, I have to leave. I'm moving back to San Francisco." And we just all pressed our faces against the window in that house in Long Beach and watched him drive away. Our dad wasn't around. Here our mom had just died, and our stepdad had walked out on us. So there we were that night. We used our clothes for pillows, we used our clothes for blankets, and we just sat in that living room that night thinking, what's next? And Dave said, "I think I know a family that'll take us in." It was the real family, the most unreal family that you'd ever want to meet. The next day, we're on the way. I didn't fit in at the real family. It was March 1971, and 5 kids left Long Beach, California. And we came down this dirt road, T-Circle Drive, to a foster care family. I would say that was the day Psalm 34:18 became so real in my heart. It says the Lord is close to those who are brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. And that walk down that dirt road was the day I was crushed in spirit. This is Morongo Valley Elementary School. I showed up here late in 3rd grade and went through most of 4th grade, Mr. Todd's class. I can remember coming from the Reals house, getting on that bus, getting off here at the school property. Some days I just walk out of his class, just being crushed again and thinking, God, are you there? Is this what life is like? My mother's dead, my dad's gone, our stepdad walked out. And I'd sit on a sandhill while all the other kids were in class, and I'd just cry. God, where are you? Where are you? Could it get any worse? Somehow that real experience did something in my heart. I mean, it crushed me, but it made me stronger. I don't know, I think God used that to say it's okay. You know, He's a father to the fatherless, and somehow He put His hand around the back of my neck and said, you're not going to go the wrong way. Like the scriptures say in Romans 8:28, all things work for good to those who love Him and are called by His name. And even in the bad things, you can learn how to do the right thing, to be a better dad, a better husband. And with two small boys, every day I tell them I love them and I'm proud of them. And when I say it, they just get the biggest smiles on their faces. That's the kind of dad I want to be. Some people have asked me why focus on the families involved in orphan care. And I think it's pretty straightforward. In the Bible it says, take care of the widow and the orphan. I remember one day I was working out at the YMCA, and the mother of a staffer at Focus on the Family was working out nearby. Her job was orphan placement on the Front Range in Colorado. And she said, you know, we have about 800 kids waiting to be adopted in the state, and we must have 3,000 or 4,000 churches. And she said, I just wish the church community was more engaged. And I thought to myself, why doesn't Focus do something? If we can just elevate the issue of orphan care and foster care and mentoring, I think it would honor the Lord. So here I am on the playground of Bixby Elementary School in Long Beach, California, thinking back to my 4th grade year, the year I became an orphan myself. And I think of the 135,000 kids every year in America looking for a home, wanting to say mom and dad, hearing I love you. There's over 300,000 churches in America. That's less than 1 child per church. I think the church can do it and demonstrate the love of Christ in a culture that is so skeptical of what the church is about today. We're all orphans, aren't we? And God has reached down and touched us and grafted us in to His family. Can we do any less for the least of these?